Hello everyone, welcome to AS online class and this is Narendra. And today we will discuss the all area, but most of the questions are selected from profit and loss. Okay, let's begin here. The very first question on your board is this. I will read the question and then I will give 30 seconds for you to respond to this. Come on my friends, let's see what this question is all about. Now, it says that a farmer sells 2 oxen for rupees 23,625 each. He sells one at a loss of 10% and he sells the other one at a gain of X percent. The value is not there, variable is used. So, gain of 10%. Overall, he neither loses nor gains. So, no profit, no loss. Finally, the question is, what is the value of X? Hope my friends the question is clear and very simple. Let us begin your 30 seconds and try to answer this question. I will see your comment on my mobile. Come on. Now, you know whatever the profit is there, the same is the loss. So, what you need to find out the X value, that is the profit percentage. Still you have 5 seconds on the board. Come on, some of you definitely will be able to answer the question. Come on my friends, your time is up and let me see if anyone answer the question or not. Anyone answer the question or not? Okay. So, what is the best way to answer this particular question? Let me explain you that whatever is the profit earned over here, the 10% profit, I have the selling price. When you have the selling price over here, for example, that the cost price is always 100 and there is a profit of 10%, for example, then the selling price will be 110%. And if you have the selling price, and you have the profit percentage, can you find out how much is the profit? Yes, in that case the profit will be 10 over 110. The same situation is applied over here. I have a profit of a loss of 10%. When there is a loss of 10%, the selling price will be 90% and there is a loss of 10%. In order to find out this loss, I need to find out 10 part out of 90 part. So, let us find it out. This is the selling price which is 90 part in case of 10% loss. So, what is the loss in the first case? And that comes 23,625 and into 10 over 90, that is your loss. Cancel this and you can see that with 90 it is getting cancelled, 2625. So, that is 2625 into 10, that comes 26,250. No, as 0 gets cancelled and you will be getting here, this is the loss and the loss must be equal to profit, then only there is no profit, no loss. That means in the second case the selling price is there and there is a profit. Can I find out the cost price? Yes, selling price minus this profit, I will be getting the cost price. That comes 23,625 minus 2,625, I am getting 21,000. So, your CP is 21,000. What's your CP? 21,000 is your CP, right my friends? Okay. In the case of profit, and what is your profit? The profit is 2,625, that is the profit percentages, 2,625. Can I find out 2,625 is what percentage of 21,000? because the profit is calculated over the cost price and this is the selling price. From the selling price I am taking out the profit. I got the cost price 21,000. Come on my dear friends, here okay. This is not the cost price here because there is a loss in this case. So, your cost price will be the selling price plus loss, you will be getting the cost price. So, you need to add these two, that is the selling price plus this one, then I will be getting the total, and that gives us how much? 26,250. Okay. So, this 26,250, this is your cost price because here there is a loss. So, the selling price plus loss I am getting the cost price. On the same cost price, in the second case there is a profit of 2625. Then 2625 is what percentage of 2625 followed by 0? I can clearly see that this is 1 by 10 and 1 by 10 is nothing but 10% profit, 10% profit. So, that means in the second case what is the x percentage profit? The x is 10%, that is all. It is as simple as this. Moving on to the next question, and the next question is this. Come on my friends, we will practice some questions over here, and all the questions which I picked up is very important questions. A shopkeeper sells 2 mobile phones for rupees 720 each. The selling price 1 is equal to selling price 2. He gained 20% in one case and the loss 20% in another case. So, what was the profit or loss in the entire transaction? So, it is a very direct formula application. Come on, take your 30 seconds and answer the question, and let me see what is the response. I am sure you can answer this question. Many of you must be knowing, whenever the selling price of 2 articles is same, in one x percent profit and in other x percent loss, then overall there is a loss. What percentage loss? X square by 100. That is all. So, now answer this question. Okay. Come on, and let me check that the people who have responded, their answer is correct or not. Yes, option choice B, some of you are right. So, what is the way to answer this question over here? That the selling price is 720, am I right? And the selling price of the 2 article is same, and in one 20% profit, the other one 20% loss. The overall 20 square by 100, that means there is 4% loss over here, 4% loss. Now, 720 plus 720, total selling price is 720 into 2, and that we get this 0 and 4 and 14. This is the overall selling price, and overall loss is 4%. That means this selling price is what percentage of the cost price? 100 minus 4, that is 96%. I already know 96%, then what I need to find out, what are the net profit or loss percentage. So, I need to find out the 4% where I know 96%. So, that comes this way, that is 1440. I need the 4% loss, whereas the given one is 96%. That is done, and some of you have rightly responded, and the answer which you have said, let me cancel this one. So, this gets cancelled how many times? 24 times, am I right? 24 into 4, that is 96, and with 24 how many times? 60 times. So, overall there is a loss of rupees 60, that is a loss. Option choice B. Well done friends, some of you have rightly answered the question. And the next one over here is this. Let us read the question, then I will give some time for you to answer it. Rakesh bought microwave oven, how many? 2. 2 microwave oven with the same price. That means here the cost price of the 2 article is same. On selling the first one, he made a profit of 15%, and the selling price of the second microwave oven is 600 less than selling price. The second one is 600 less than that of the first one. If the overall selling price of the 2 microwave oven is overall selling price 13,200, then find the profit percentage on the second one. Hope the question is understood by you, and I am giving you the 30. Let me give a start here. How do I start here? Here it is already said that CP1 is equal to CP2, and that is, let us consider that is 100x. Why should I consider 100x? In the second case, the selling price is 600 less than the first one. So, I consider this as 100x. So, what is selling price 1? Selling price 1. In the first case, he is making a profit of 15%. So, that means 100 plus 15, 115%, 115x selling price 1. What is selling price 2? The selling price 2 is 600 less than the selling price 1. That is 15x, 115x minus 600, 115x minus 600. And what is given to us? Given to us is the total. Can you see that the total selling price is there? What is that? Here the overall selling price of 2 article is 13,200. That means this 115x plus 115x minus 600, you have 13,200. And once you get the x value, you are asked to find out the profit percentage in the second one. So, once you get the x value, you are getting the 100x, and you are getting the second selling price also. You can find out the profit and you can find out the profit percentage. So, your 30 seconds starts now. Come on my friends, try to answer the question. So, you will explore the concept a lot, which is very useful when you are writing any of the examinations irrespective of RRB, JEE or SSC or banking. So, you have to face the situation where it is not a stereotypic question. Come on. So, I am waiting for your comment. Yes, very good evening my friends. And Chinna Rakesh, option D which you have said is correct. Okay, what is the answer for this question my dear friends? Come on. Okay, I will keep watching your comment. In the same time, I will answer this question. If you get the answer, please share with me. So, the overall selling price is given to us. This overall selling price is 230x minus 600. 230x minus 600, and which is equal to 13,200. Done. So, if this comes the other side, it will become 13,800. 13,800. Now, will this 13,800 will get cancelled by 230? So, I can see that it is getting cancelled 6 and 0 60 times. It is getting cancelled 60 times. So, what is the x value? The x value is 60. Anyone answer the question? Yes, 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 Mr. Pawan is there on the board and he said 5%, that option B. Let me check Mr. Pawan is correct or not. You are always right, Mr. Pawan. That's good. So, I got that x is equal to 600. Then what is my cost price? The cost price is 6000. So, CP is 6000. I am separately writing over here. You do not need to write these all things while you are writing the exam, right, or even in the practice. It is only for the explanation point of view I am writing here that CP is 6000. What is my SP? The SP is 15x minus 600. Am I right? So, what is 15 x over here? 115x. So, that is 6000 plus another 15 into 600, that 15 6 is 90. Am I right? So, 900. So, that is 6900 minus 600, 6300. So, your SP is 6300. It is clear that your profit is 300 and 300 is what percentage of 6000? So, here your final and the last calculation 300 what percentage of 6000, that you can do it even without writing 1 by 20, and the 1 by 20 is 5%, which Sai has Pawan has rightly said. That is right, my friends. The next question on the board is this. We will read the question and see how many of you are comfortable over here. Here is the question. A fruit seller bought certain number of mangoes, the total cost is 1500 and sold 1/4 of the mango at 20% loss, 1/4 of the mango. He earns the overall 13%. Overall there is a 13% profit. In 1/4 what happened? There is a loss of 20%. What percentage did he sell the rest of the mango? At what profit percentage did he sell the rest of the mango? There is a best method here, there is a shortcut you can call it, the best method you can call it. So, I will apply that in one line, you will be getting the answer. So, your time starts now. Come on my friends, try to answer the question if you can, or at least you will learn it. And the best method I am going to share for the questions like this, some part is 1/3 is sold at 20% profit, the remaining 1/3 is sold at 30% loss, the remaining is sold at 50% profit. In that case, how to find out the overall profit percentage? Here in this case, we have the overall profit percentage, one middle figure is missing, find out that. And as usual, the Pawan has already answered the question and he says 24% option C. Let us check that. Yes, Mr. Pawan wonderfully answered it, my dear friend. That means you know the approach for the questions like this. So, 1/4 at 20% profit. So, the whole is sold in two parts, one is 1/4 with the loss and the second one is 3/4, the remaining part. And 1/4 there is a loss, put the minus over here, the minus 20%, and here there must be a profit. So, plus 3/4 of what percentage profit I do not know, that is what the question is. So, I will write down that is X% profit and the overall profit is already given to you, that is 13. Done. By solving this you are getting the X value. So, what is the total I get over here? This is 4. When the 4 goes the other side, the minus 4 will become plus 4, which is 17. Will that be 17? 5. So, 18. So, 3 by 4x is equal to 18. I am just writing for your reference, or else this question is so simple. 3x is equal to 18. Then what is x? So, 18 this one, not 16. So, this is 18. When 3x is equal to 18, so there is 6 times and 6 4 is 24. So, x is equal to 24%. That means this part, the second part is sold at 24% profit. Pawan must be knowing this method, that is the reason he answered the question in a very reasonable time. And your next question, starts on the board over here. What is it? This one. Let me see that Pawan can answer the question with the same pace this particular question. Here it is said that P sells an item to Q at 15% profit. Q sells it to R at 20% profit. R sells it to S at a profit of rupees 120. The difference between the cost price of S and Q is 350. The cost price of S and Q. Now the question is, how much did R pay Q? In order to clear this question, I just mention over here the way the question is moving on. P sells to Q at 15% profit and Q sells it to R at 20% profit, and R sells it to S at 120 rupees profit. Your question is the difference between the cost price of S and Q, the S and Q, and the difference is also there 350. Finally, what is the question I need to find out? How much did R pay to Q? So that is R cost price or Q selling price. Any one of these, both are same. The selling price of Q is the cost price of R. Can you find it out, my dear friends? Yes. How should I move on over here? Shall I give some clue? So, what is the profit of Q? So, here 120 is the profit from R to S, and the total profit from Q to S, which is given in the question, is 350. So, therefore, the profit from R to Q, can I find out how much profit? 350 minus 120, that is 230. So, this profit is 230, and from here I give a pause and your time starts now. Take your time and let me see. Pawan already answered the question. He says 1350, 1380, option A. I will just wait for a minute. Whenever the Pawan is on the board, I have seen that he always answers the questions. He knows very well the quantitative aptitude. I have no idea about the how good you are in the reasoning and English, my dear friend. So, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and you said the option A is your answer, and let us check that yes, you are right, option A. Because if you understand this, there are too many facts are there. That is the reason I just put up the diagram for the support. So, here the R sells to S at 120 rupees profit, and the profit from Q to S, that is what S to Q is 350. So, 350 minus 120, I am getting 320 is the profit, and that is 20% of the cost price of Q. So, what I need to find out is the CP of R, which is the same as SP of Q, SP of Q. How much is that? That is 230 into, here it sells at 20% profit, right, my dear friends. So, 320, I need to calculate 20%. I need to find out 120%, because I need the selling price of Q. I need the selling price of Q, and the selling price of Q is 100 plus 20, 120%. So, I will multiply this by 120, and this is what percentage of the cost price for Q? It is 20% of the cost price, 230. So, divided by 20%. You are getting 120%, which is the selling price of Q, which is also the cost price of R. So, here it is done 6 times, and when you are multiplying this one, 23 into 6, 138 followed by 1 0. So, that is 138 and 0, Rightly answer, my dear friend. Well done. The next question on the board is this one and only Pawan answering the question. So, it is okay my dear friend, I really appreciate your pace. And what is there here? A salesman sells an article at a loss of 15%. Had he bought the article for 10% less and sold it for 46 rupees more, he would have been earned the profit of 20%. In the first case, that is 15% loss, and if these changes would have been made, then he would have been got a 20% profit. The question is, what is the selling price of the article, actual selling price of the article? Come on my dear friends, it is an easy question and I am sure you people will be able to answer the question. Your 30 seconds starts now. Come on. If you can't answer the question, don't leave, because you are going to learn this question, and this is frequently asked question in the exam. Frequently asked question in the exams, irrespective of whether you are preparing for RRB, SSC or banking or any other exams. So, I can see that someone will be able to answer. Okay. Now, the time is up. I am answering the question. In the meanwhile, if you get the answer, please share with me. So, here I will take the CP, then profit or loss, and then I will take the selling price. This question has to have this kind of flow, where the cost price is 100x, I am losing 15% in the first case. So, that is 15x is the loss, and here the cost price will be 85x, selling price will be 85x. Now, what happens? This is case 1. What happens in case 2? Some changes is happened. Anyone answered? What is that changes? The cost price is reduced by 10%. Is it? He bought the article for 10% less, if it happens. So, that means 10% reduce this. So, CP will become 90x and sells the article for rupees 46 more. So, this is what the selling price is, first selling price. Second selling price will be 46 will be added to 85x. So, it is 85x plus 46. Yeah, that is right. Okay. Now, anyone answer the question? Okay. From here to here, there is a profit of, in the second case, there is a profit of 20%. So, take the 20% of 90x, because profit is calculated on the cost price. So, I get this 18x, this here it is a profit which is 18x, and we also know that the cost price plus profit is equal to selling price, and once I get the x value, I can find out 85x, because question is asked that what is the selling price of the article. Come on my dear friends, someone will definitely be able to answer the question. I given the everything on which is needed, the concept part, and then from your part it is only a calculation, and Anusha madam is saying that option choice B, that is 200. No, it is A, it is A. How is it? Is it not 108x? So, let us write down this one, and here it is 108x minus 85x, that is 23x. Now, 23x is equal to 46, then what is x value? 2. So, x is equal to 2. If the x value is 2, what is the selling, what was the selling price? So, it is said what is the selling price of the article, and had it been, this is a hypothetical situation, if it happens that the cost price is reduced and the selling price is increased, in that case he is getting 20% profit, if it happens. But when it is asked that what is the selling price, then you have to find out the original selling price. So, 85x where x is equal to 2, 85 into 2, 170. So, your answer should be 170, Anusha, 170, option choice A. Anyone answer the question? Okay. Hope everyone came to know how to respond to this question. I am moving on to the next question, which is here. So, again I will read the question and then give some time for you to think of it. The cost price of article B is 500 less than the cost price of article A. So, that means if the article A is what is said over here, the article A is, if it is X, then the selling price of article B, it is saying that CP. Okay, this is CP. So, if the first one is A, the second one is 500 less. So, that means X minus 500, that is what is said in the question. And what is next? The next it says that A is sold at 10% loss and B is sold at 20% profit. So, A 10% loss, B 20% profit, and the ratio of the selling price of A to B is a 5:6. It is a straight question, I will say. If A is sold at 10% profit, then find the selling price of A. A beautiful question here. It is said that in the first case, the A sold at 10% loss and B sold at a 20% profit, and selling price is given to us. So, let us take that the selling price. Here I am just giving some clue here. Now, I will be talking about the selling price. The selling price of A by B, I have a ratio here. What will be the selling price of A? The A sold at 10% loss, that means 90% of X, 0.90 X, by B sold this at 20% profit, that means 1.20 of the cost price, that is X minus 500, and this ratio, the selling price ratio is there to us, that is 5:6, which is equal to 5/6. Is it not? By solving the solving this equation, you are getting the X value, and once you get the X value, you can find out the cost price, that is A, and once you know the A, you need the 10% profit, selling price with 10% profit. So, I can find out the selling price. Can someone respond to this question? 5,500, the Pawan has rightly responded. I will check that, and the Anusha is saying option D. Is it option D? Oh, okay. Just a minute, my friends. I will wait for, but people have already answered the question. By solving this, you are getting the X value. Let me check this to genius are correct or not. They are saying option D. Yes, option D. Well done. So, what is the next thing I am expected to do here? Cancel this one. With this, it gets cancelled. I will eliminate the decimal, because after decimal 2 digit, after decimal 2 digit. So, I notice that it gets cancelled how many times? 20 times, 2 times over here. Am I right? That is 6 and 20. Okay. And if I cancel this part, as 0 0 gets cancelled over here. Done. So, here with 6, 10 and 9, is it not 10x minus 9x is equal to that is 2x over here. So, therefore, 2x into 5 is 10x, and here 2 into 1000, that 2 into 500 is 1000, and 1000 into 5. So, I will be getting x is equal to 5000, that is there. I need the selling price, that means I need to find out 110% of this. So, you people have rightly said 10% is 500. So, add 500 to 5000, your answer is ready. So, that is 5500 is your answer. Beautifully answered it. I really appreciate the speed you have. Okay. I will be moving on to the next question which is here. What is this question? Let me read the question and then I will give some time for you to answer. A retailer mark the price of wheat 50% above the cost price and offer 20% discount per kg. You can find out the profit percentage. Now, but while selling, he cheats the customer by giving 10% less. That means double profit. So, less weight, find his overall profit percentage. You know, this kind of questions is very frequently asked in all the competitive exams. Right, my friends, I will wait for 30 seconds and then I respond to, I will solve the question. If someone can answer the question, please answer it. Okay, Singh ji, Hampreet Singh, आप आंसर करेंगे? Please answer the question, any one of you. And this question is very frequently asked question. I am sure either you are solving the questions which frequently asked or you will learn how to answer the question. Pawan has already said option A. Okay. In the meanwhile, I will be working and in the middle I will stop to check how many of you correctly answer the question. Pawan has already said option A. So, the very first thing I am going to do is what is profit percentage in the first case. So, mark price is 50% and discount is 20%. In that case, that is 50 minus 20 minus 50 into 20 by 100, that is 10. So, like that I get that 20% profit in the whole transaction. In the questions like this, when weight is manipulated, one thing. Second, there is a profit percentage also. So, what is the best way to write this? The structure, and that structure is something like this. He gives a 10% less for every per kg. So, that is per kg, that is 1000 grams. How much he gives for every 1000 grams? 10% less means 100 gram less, that is 900. This is CP. And he makes a profit of 20% on this. So, in that case 20% of this is 200 and that comes 1200 and this is SP. That is all. Pawan must be knowing this method. He knows this is CP and this is SP. So, what is the profit percentage? I can clearly see that the profit from here to here is 300 profit over 900. 300 is what percentage of 900? 1/3, 33, 1/3%. So, just for the sake of writing, I am writing profit over cost price 1/3, which is 33.33% or 33 1/3%. Well done, Mr. Pawan. Anyone else has answered the question? Option A. Okay. Preet. Let us check that option A is correct. I am moving on to the next question here on the board is this. All the questions are very frequently asked questions. So, do not ignore this. If you know, please answer it. A shopkeeper bought two articles A and B at the same price. So, this is the case when the selling cost price of the two articles is same. The next he marks 10% above its cost price and sold at a discount of 20%. Markup price is there, discount percentage is there, I can find out the profit percentage. He marked the B at 150% above the cost price and offer a discount of 20%. I can also find out the profit in B, profit percentage of B. By what percentage is the profit of A? Profit of A more or less than that the profit on B? Yes, my friends, you can find it out. I am sure the people like Pawan, Anusha will be able to answer the question. Your time starts now. Come on, answer it. And the Pawan has already said 40%. So, clear concept the Pawan has, that is 40%. Is it really correct? So, I am giving some clue for the other people who are not answered till now. 100% increase, 20% decrease. So, I can apply the xy formula, x plus y plus xy by 100. So, that is 100 minus 20. So, you can find out the profit percentage in other way also. So, whatever way you feel comfortable, you can do that. So, that is 100 into 20 divided by 100, I left with 20. So, here I got the 60% profit in the first case in A. How about the B? 150 increased, and what percentage discount? 20% discount. Okay. So, here 150 into 20 divided by 100, I am getting 30, and here if I take out 150 minus 50, so here it is 100% profit. So, if I consider the cost this as 60x, this as 100x, in that case what happens? That is this, the A is less than B. A is less or more than B by what percentage? So, A is less by 40 over 100. 40 over 100 is nothing but anything over 100 itself is a percentage. So, therefore, 40%, your option choice is B. Well done. The next question on the board is this. Here, write down my, I will read the question and then again I will give some time for you to respond. An article was sold after two successive discounts of 15% and 20%. If a single discount of 35%, if, look at this one, this is a conditional word. If it happens that he gives a single discount of 35%, the seller would have been got 45 rupees less. What is the mark price of the article? Yes, okay. You have to find out what is overall discount percentage in the first case, and the discount percentage in the second case 35% is already there. So, in the first case, if he gives the 35% discount, he is losing 45. That means the first discount must be less than the second discount. Find out the difference, and that percentage will equal to 45. You can find out the mark price by finding out 100%. Come on my dear friends, your 30 seconds starts now. I am sure Pawan must be ready with his answer. Okay, Pawan has already answered the question, Anusha answered the question. Okay, so smart. Option A you are saying, which is right. That means this question is so easy for you, that indicates your comfort level. So, two discounts are there, that is minus 15, minus 20 and minus minus plus, and that is 3. I am using XY formula. So, overall there is an 32 minus, that means 32% discount is there in the first case. In the second case 35% discount is there. The difference between 35 and 32 is 3%, and that 3% of the mark price is 45. So, what is 100%? So, that is 45 into 100 divided by 3. Even you do not need to write down this one. 3 and 45, what is the relation? 3% is 45. That means, if the percentage is multiplied by 15, you are getting the value. So, 100%, 100 when multiplied by 15 by 5, okay, 3% is 45, then 1% is 15, okay, that is right. Can you see that this gets cancelled 15 times, 1500. So, your answer is 1500, rightly answer the question. Your next question on the board is this. Come on my friends, and let us see that how many of you are comfortable over here. A second hand computer marked 3000 by Naveen at a successive discount of 20% and 10%. So, he bought the second hand, which was the mark price was 3000, he got 2 discount of 20 and 10, and he spent 340 rupees for repairs, and sold it for 3,500. Find his profit percentage. I agree, these things are the prelim level questions. So, but still see our speed of answering the question. Come on, my friends. Now answer the question. You already said 40%. Pawan has said 40%. I really surprised the way he is answering the question. Okay, I will just give some clue, and by the time the other person can able to answer the question or not. Okay, only 4 seconds is left. I will check the answer, Pawan, just be online. Now, E 40%. How can you answer with such a speed, sir? The speed is important for banking and RRB SSC, you know that part. So, here 3000 is the mark price, you know that 20% is decrease. So, that is 3000 into 80%, 4 by 5 into 10% decrease, that is 9 by 10. And finally, you are getting this one as 2160, I can clearly see that. Done. 2160. He spent 340 on the repairs. If I add the 340, the cost price comes, which is 2500. His CP is 2500. Done. Now, and he sells for 3500, find out the profit. So, he has a profit of 1000 over 2500. What is the profit percentage? So, 1000 is what percentage of 2500? It is as simple as this, but the speed you applied, Pawan, with the kind of speed, these two, because into 100 comes. So, this 20 will get cancelled, and you know that this result is 40. Beautifully answered, my friend. Anyone else answer the question? Anusha rightly answered it. The next question on the board is this. Come on, I will read the question once again as usual, and then I will give a time for you. A person bought 45 tables. Now, I wanted to check, Pawan, in this case. So, a person bought 45 tables for rupees 720 each. For packing and transportation, he spends 4500. Okay. He marked each article, each table for rupees 1200. The next, and allowed a discount of 10%. Okay, some data is there in this question. What is the approximate profit percentage by the person after selling the table? I need to find out the profit percentage. You can see that all the options are given in terms of a decimal. Right, my dear friend? Will you try this? Your time starts now. Your time starts now. All these questions are very healthy question. Come on, anyone? Okay, I will start working on it. You have still time, still some time. Here I can see it's time up, time up. Okay. Now, let me start that. Can you see that, Pawan? I have the one table cost price, I have the one table selling price. But when it comes to the transportation, it is given on 25 tables. So, this transportation cost should also be converted on per table cost price, transportation charges. There are 45 tables are there. So, 4500 divided by 45, 100. That 100 is the transportation cost. So, what will be the total cost price? That 720 plus 100. That 100 is the transportation cost. 45 tables are there, 4500 is the transportation charges for 45. Now, I am getting the total cost price, which is 820, and it is sold at a profit of 1200. Is it? He allowed a discount of 10%. The mark price is 1200 and he allows a discount of 10%. 10% of 1200 is nothing but 120. So, 1200 minus 120, that is 1080. So, my SP is nothing but 1080. You are asked to find out the profit percentage. So, here anyone answer the question? Anyone answer the question? So, I notice that this is my CP and this is my SP and the difference from here to here is 260. That is the profit, and 260 is what percentage of 820? That is what I need to find out. So, that is 260 over 820. Okay. When I cancel these numbers, did you notice that 13 by 41? 13 by 41. Now, if you go for the approximation, when 30% is 43 is 12. So, my answer should be 30% plus. So, with 30% plus I have the two options here. So, I need to go for the some detail part of it. This is 10% and what will be 30%? The 30% is 3133412. How much more I need? 0.7. Now, I need to fix 0.7 is what percentage of 41. So, if I take the 1%, that is 0.4, 1% 0.4, 2% 0.8. Is it not very close to 2%? So, that is 50% plus 30% plus another 2%, that gives us 32%. That means, my answer choice should be B. Yes, yes, Pavan, I agree, and Mr. Chinna Rakesh rightly answered, my brother. So, let me check that the option B is your answer. Moving on to the next question, base here. Look at this, what is the question, and then I will move on to the solution part. Here it says, a shopkeeper sold a shirt for rupees 440 each. So, selling price of two articles is same. Of by giving a discount of 20% on the label price. Had he not, from here it is saying had he not, if it happens, had he not given the discount, he would have earned a profit of 37.5%, and everyone knows that 37.5% is nothing but a 3/8 in terms of fraction. So, if you would not have been given the discount, that means, if you would have been sold it at the mark price, in that case he would have been got a 3/8 of the cost price as profit. Now, find the cost price of each shirt. Come on, my friends, your time starts now. Now, I am sure as the cost price is there, you can find out the this is the selling price is there, and this selling price is after discount. So, you can find out the mark price, and once you find out the mark price, then the rest part I will explain you. If someone answer the question, 400, okay, option A, the Pavan has said option A, and how about Chinna Rakesh? Let us check that Pavan is right. You are right, my dear friends. So, nicely you answer the questions in such a limited time. Now, here 4,400 is the selling price. Had he sold it at mark price, he would have been got a profit of 3/8. So, what will be the mark price? So, this is 80%. I need to find out the 100%, then I will get the mark price. So, 100 by 80, which is 5 by 4. And I am getting mark price 550. This is the mark price, and if you are not giving a discount, the mark price itself is the selling price. Now, there is a profit of 3/8, that means the selling price will be 1 plus selling price will be 1 plus 3 by 8 of the cost price. That means 11 by 8 of the cost price. 11 by 8 of CP, which is equal to 5,550. This part. So, it is clear what is CP. So, what is the question? What is the cost price? So, you can see that this gets cancelled for 50 times and 50 into 8, 400. Rightly answered, my friend. That is 400 is your answer, option A. Anyone else answer the question? Okay, hope everyone understanding this question. The next question on the board is this. So, let us read the question and then I am sure some of you will be able to answer it. The shopkeeper gains 30% on selling a commodity using the correct weight. If it is a condition, if he uses the false weight of 800 grams instead of 1 kg, then what will be his overall gain percentage? You can find it out, my dear friend. Your time starts now. Come on. Let me see if anyone can answer this question. Consider it as a practice. Suppose if you know, like Pavan, Anusha and Chinna, Rakesh and these people knows how to answer the question. So, it is a revision, it is a practice for you. Come on. I can see on your screen still 6 seconds is there, here 2 seconds. Okay, good. Data transfer speed is good. Now, come on, and I got the answer from Pavan and he says 62.5. 62.5, that means option D. Let us check that. Yes, you are right. So, nicely answer the question. As I explained in the previous case, that is for every kg, that is 1000 grams. If he sells it for only gives 800 grams, in that case this is CP. And he is selling at a profit of 30%, that means 1300 is your selling price. So, there is a profit. How much profit is that? There is an 500 profit over 800. Is it not? 1300 is a selling price, cost price is 800, that is 500 profit. I am taking the profit percentage. 500 profit over 800. Is it not? This is 5 by 8. This zeros gets cancelled, 5 by 8, and we know 5 by 8 is 67.5%. Beautifully answered, my my friend Pavan. So, that is 67.5%. Well done. So, I will move on to the next question over here, that is question 15, and with this we will conclude this class. Okay, friends, here a mobile phone is marked by a retailer 30% above the cost price and sold at D% discount to the retailer and gain 17%. D% discount, profit is 17%, 30% above the cost price. So, I can find out the D value. The next, what would be the cost price of another mobile phone? I need to find out the cost price of the another mobile phone with the selling price of rupees 6,272 selling price, and the retailer want to make a profit of D plus 2% profit. So, by with the first information I can find out the D, and once I get the D I will get the profit percentage. I have the selling price over here, I have the profit percentage here, I can find out the cost price. Come on, my friends, this is the last question of this day, and your 30 seconds starts now. Come on. Yes, Anusha, you are saying option D, that is for previous question. Come on, whoever is watching this video, they will definitely be getting benefited by the method I am using to solve the question or the kind of questions we have discussed here. Okay, and the Pavan has already answered it, and he says option D cannot be determined. No, my dear brother, we can find it out. Look at this one, option choice is C, that is 5600. Now, I will show you why. Look at this, Mr. Pavan, Chinna Reddy and Anusha and all the people. Here, what is the D value? I will use the xy x into y into xy by 100 formula in order to get the D value. So, here markup is 30%, D percentage discount and plus minus is minus 30 D by 100, and the overall is given, it is a 17. Take this value on the other side. So, you are getting minus 13. Both side left and right hand side is minus 13. So, the minus will be eliminated. Here it is 10 and here I see that 10D and 3D, that is 13D. 13D is equal to 130. So, D is equal to 10. 13D is equal to 130, then what is D value? The D is equal to 10. In the second case, it says that D plus 2% profit, that is 10 plus 2, 12% profit, and we have the selling price. We need to find out the cost price. So, this selling price is 10 plus 2, 12% profit, 100 plus 12, 112% is there. I need to find out 100%, that is cost price. So, how is it? Here that 6272. Anyone corrected the answer? Corrected the answer? Okay. 6272 into 112 by 100. Now, my dear friend, I need to find out the cost price, and 112 is the selling price, that is 12% profit, 100 plus 12, there is 10 plus 2, 12% profit. That means that selling price is 112, this one. I need 100%. So, multiply this by 100 because I need to find out the cost price and divide it by 112. That is all. So, let's say that how much I am getting over here. I notice that the first time it goes 5 times, 12 5 is 60 and 5, and I will be left with 672, that goes 6 times. So, that means this is 56. This is getting cancelled 56 times. So, what should be my answer? 56 followed by 20. I am getting the answer for this question as 5600. That is your answer, option choice C. Agree, my friends? Okay. I agree the what you have written here, Mr. Pavan, is right. So, the answer is 5600. Hope you must have enjoyed it, some practice a day along with you all people, and all the questions which I have discussed is very valuable question, you know this, if you are writing the exams. With this I will conclude. Thank you very much and wish you all the best to all of you.